I was in maximum security, and I spoke to a group of about 22 men, of which 18 of them were in for rape. The one was a very famous case in South Africa where he was a waiter at a restaurant and they had free Wi-Fi, and between his shifts he would sit there and he found pornography that sexualized him to such an extent. He ended up raping 11 students. He said he's sitting in prison today because he got 11 life sentences and 120 years. He'll never get out of prison purely because he found pornography on his cell phone. The police tell us also in their statistics that in about 90% the serious convicted sexual predators, that 90% of them have been found to be users of hardcore pornography. They found that 88% of scenes in everyday available pornography, it shows aggression, physical aggression towards women. So it grooms kids into believing that physical aggression against women is okay. Kids are seeing pornography, so they're acting out on other children. They're saying the average age of first exposure to internet pornography is 11 years of age. And in some of the newer studies, they're even saying as low as 8 years of age. And that is a developing brain, so it has premature exposure to sexually explicit material. It's stuff they cannot conceptualize. And they can show, if they're young enough, show all the symptoms of a sexually abused child. So it stunts their whole natural psychosexual development. In South Africa especially, there's a huge increase, 400% of child-on-child sexual abuse, because kids are watching or finding pornography. The behavior has to stop. The only difference between a pornography addiction and a substance addiction is that there are no actual outward symptoms. You don't know. It could be the person sitting in the office next to you, on the bus or on the train, wherever you are. It could be that person suffering from a pornography addiction. It's like repeated return to the material, and becoming emotionally dependent to the stuff, and to the point when it starts actually interfering with your daily life, your relationships, even your ability to function properly in society. And it's more than just an intense or a strong interest in the material. It's actually a recognized medical condition. And that actually changes the brain, the body, and causes the person to feel compelled to continue using their substance of choice and to continue to use it even when it's doing so and is causing harm. They receive this intense rush of dopamine and many other chemicals, causing those feelings of pleasure and reward. The body shuts down in that area and starts producing less dopamine and starts relying on the substance or the behavior to feel or experience that dopamine rush. So men become obsessed with looking at women rather than interacting with them. That it's almost like a form of voyeurism. And besides stereotyping and objectifying women, it promotes adultery, it promotes unfaithfulness, it breaks down the trust in relationships. And it is an issue for women as well. That's a growing sector of the market, that women are becoming more addicted to pornography. But I have seen so many people set free from this bondage, and there is hope. That is the most important thing to know. There is hope, and it is possible, and it's very, very important that people know that this can be beaten.